Welcome back, sports fans, to another episode with Mom and Papa Joe. As promised, we're going to show you today how we made this awesome little platter of Gameday Eats, tailgating food at the start of football season. Video number 2 of 2, just like promised. In collaboration with Killer Miller, my man Joe Miller out of Arizona. Let's get going. So here's that leftover brisket, folks. And once again, that video of yesterday's cook is going to be in the iCard to my top left for your viewing pleasure. Awesome brisket. I vacuum sealed it last night and pretty much just refrigerated. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the best way to reheat a brisket. If you don't have a vacuum sealer, you definitely need to invest in one. They're fairly cheap. But you let it cool down, you vacuum seal, you can freeze it or refrigerate, and then the next day or whenever you decide you're going to eat, all you do is let it come to room temperature, drop this packet in a little hot water, not boiling water, just hot water for 10-15 minutes, and man, it comes out of there just as fresh. Perfect way to go. You don't lose any juices or anything like you would in a microwave or a conventional oven. So at this point, I'm going to just reheat this in that hot water I spoke of, and we'll be right back. So our brisket is nice and warm, man. So first thing I want to do, I'm going to make my version of Mexican tostadas. In Belize, there's something we call garnaches that we made, very similar to this. And I like to use the flat for this because the flat will crumble a little better. And I'm telling you, this brisket is just so juicy, man. It's like it's fresh off the pit. So I've got a couple of tostada shells. I will come back first with some refried beans. These are just canned refried beans that I seasoned up with some onions, some garlic, a little black pepper and salt. Made them even tastier. Gonna come back with that awesome brisket. And again, folks, these are some quick but simple tailgate type food, man, football party type food that you and your guests are going to enjoy. Some homemade pico, or if you're not a fan of pico, you could put some pickled onions, and once again, as much or as little as you would like on here. I've got some queso fresco, that is that salty, not overly salty, but pleasantly salty Mexican cheese. And come back with your regular cheese on the second, and we'll finish this off with a little crema mexicana mixture. This contains some sriracha, some Mexican crema, and a little mayo. Boom. Folks, how easy was that? How quick was that? That's one down. All right, next up, folks, are going to be some awesome sliders. And man, these can be as fancy or as simple as you want. What I like to do is come in with some sliced dill pickles, and I like to place them on the bottom. First off, I want to dry them really well. That way the moisture don't start getting my bread a little on the soggy side. And if you're not a pickle fan, then you don't have to. And I love using the point. Oh, that is so beautiful. A nice healthy amount of that brisket point, man, that beautiful bark. Come back with some homemade pickled red onions. And once again, as much or as little as you want. These could be made ahead of time, man. Set aside and stick them in the oven to warm up when your guests arrive. And I like to come back with a barbecue sauce of your choosing. The little sweetness of the barbecue sauce will help cut tartness of the pickles. And then there's also some tart sweet with those pickled red onions. I mean, how much more simple than that does it get? That's 2 down. All right, next up to bat is going to be a brisket sushi. I saw Harry Sue do something like this, and man, this is my take on it. I'm here to tell you this is not going to be anything resembling Harry's. This is fairly basic. I'm new to it. Let's hope I don't screw up this rolling. But I've got some awesome nori right here, that flavorful seaweed that sushi is wrapped up with. All right, let's see if we can make this happen, man. Awesome sushi rice, a little on the sticky side. I watched the video and it says to make sure you got a border on that back end, not to put too much rice in here. It didn't say anything about too much brisket. Got some sushi vinegar, and if you've never tasted sushi vinegar, man, it is so flavorful. Tangy, sweet, sour, and it's really gonna season this rice. I'm sure this is not how you're supposed to apply it, but that's how we're rolling today. Now I'm gonna come back with a hunk, a beautiful hunk, barky hunk of that point. Got a little piece of imitation crab. If you wanted to use real crab meat, you definitely could. Little pickle spear, and then a little slice of cream cheese. Put a little more of that vinegar on there because it's so tasty. And then the last thing is a little seaweed season, man. It's fried seaweed seasoned with sesame oil, sesame seeds, lots of earthy, and I think there's some fish sauce on it, but it's so delicious. And folks, if you decide to do this, man, you make it your own, because that's what I'm doing. All right, now this is where the fun begins. I don't even know how to do this, but we're just going to do it. Alright, so, alright, it's closed up. I'm just try to pack some of this back in here. Get off some of this loose rice that I'm sure is not supposed to be there. But folks, that doesn't look too bad. Alright, let me get a little cleanup and we'll come back and slice. So how about a little vinegar? Help sticking. And let's see what we're working with here. That looks pretty cool. A little vinegar for you. Cook's treat. Oh yeah. Folks, not bad for my first time. That is number 3. I don't know how well you're able to see that. But tell me you want to try that. A little soy sauce. All right, let me put these 3 together. So here it is, sports fans. Outside of that sushi roll, man, this is all pretty simple. And man, they're totally delicious. Your guest at your football party would love these. Wow, so simple. All right, that was a fun little cook, if you want to call it cook. So once again, guys, this was done in collaboration with Joe Miller, Killer Miller Q. If you haven't yet stopped by that young man's channel, please do so, man, and hit that subscribe button. He's doing some awesome work. I want you to have a great football season, man, and this is a heck of a way to start it. Thanks again for hanging out with Mama and Papa Joe. And if you haven't yet hit our subscribe button, man, we appreciate you doing so. Thank you so much. I want you guys to take care of yourselves, look out for each other, and we'll see you when we see you. Holla!